Welcome to episode 39 of Pineapples and Thorns. I'm Kat, and with me tonight are Peter and Fado.
Good evening, Kat. How are you?
Good, good. How are you?
Doing well.
Fado, how are you doing? We lose Fado already? Moving right along. Welcome to our special guest, Ace, from Crystal to Join.
Woo!
Oh, glad to be here.
It took a bit of doing, but we're finally all together, so glad to have you here. Peter, do you want to take us right into CFF news?
Yes, we haven't recorded since, but congratulations to Mr. Happy Store, who won the Town Hall 11 Royal Rumble. I understand it was fairly close. He claims to have taken it easy on our group, so that's now 2 for the ladies and 1 for the gentlemen. So on we go. Upcoming from CFF is the Draft War. If you haven't joined yet, I know C-Note and I are captains, as well as Got Band and the Knight of Knee. So we're looking forward to that. I think that is maybe just 2 weeks away. 2 weeks away before we draft. So that's going to be fun. It's a big event held yearly in CFF. We're going to do a live draft. Kat will be our mistress of ceremonies. And should be a good time.
Yeah, sounds like fun.
And we just finished the Take Your Alt to Work War. Shout out to Kat and C-Note for organizing this one. This was where you brought your main account and then one of your minis to war. It was incredibly close. Like, oh my god, what a finish.
Yeah, it was amazing.
I got a ping from Kat with about an hour left in the war, thinking I had several hours left in the war, saying 1 hour left. So I got to watch the whole end of the war. We had a couple of no stars on Town Hall 14s. And some 1 stars. We had a lot of stars to make up. I think we were down by 8 when I joined.
Mm-hmm.
And we chipped away, and I didn't do anything, actually, but everyone did their dips and were successful. And time is run out, and Oyud, as in his nature, hits in the last, 30 seconds of the war, so he's in live. And Magnus also had jumped in, little that I didn't even know. So OU triples, I'm on ecstatic, wow. And we're still behind by 1 star. So I guess while OU was attacking, they were also attacking. Magnus is in, E-Drag's OP, and Magnus secured the win for us. So shout out to Mag and OU for last minute triples. That was really exciting. And we ended up winning 133 to 133 on percentage. I think we won by, 3% or something like that. So good work to everybody because, of course, percentage based on everyone's attack. So that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun because Carl also streamed. So that was a lot of fun watching on stream.
Carl, I'm sorry. I did not get to join the stream again. I don't know what I'm doing these days. My weekends are full. Okay, let's get to our guest.
We have a really great friend of both the CFF and C2J and of Pineapples and Thorns, Ace from Crystal to Join. Ace, welcome.
Thank you.
Let's get right into this. Give us a brief Clash history, how you started playing, the town halls you play, and how you found your way to C2J.
Well, my son started playing when the game first came out in 2012, him and my nephews. They talked me into starting in April of 2013, and I never put it down. So after he played for about 8 or 9 months, he decided to quit. And I just kept going. I jumped in with Magirian in 2013, stayed with them all the way up till, I think, the beginning of this year. And I wanted to get out and learn some new attacks, meet some new people, and ended up at, actually, I come to Red Thorn first.
Mm-hmm.
Stayed there for a little bit, went to C2J, moved around a little bit more, and just settled in at C2J. I mean, they're good guys, and been having fun ever since.
How did you come up with your account name?
Believe it or not, used to race a lot, and it's just Ace is just something that stuck with me. A lot of the guys called me that, and on every game I've ever played, that's I've always put in Ace. So haven't changed it. Probably will never will unless I lose a bet.
Which can always happen.
Yeah. What's your favorite town hall to play?
I'd have to say Town Hall 9.
Yeah.
It was one of my favorites.
Did you have a favorite attack at 9, or could you do everything? Lalo and Hogs and everything.
Hogs were my favorite at 9. I mean, now I'm scared to use them. Lalo, I hate it. I've tried it a couple times because of Carl and AP, and I can't get into it. I mean, I like doing the Blizz. AP got me doing that. Do that with my Dragon Riders, and it's worked out pretty good.
Are there any town halls that you've played that you found yourself struggling with?
Town Hall 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a mini that's at 12 now, and I really wish I could just kick that mini out in the dark and leave it.
Someone won't let you stop playing it, though. I don't know.
No. Between Knob and C Note, they will not let me stop. They want me to keep going with it. So
maybe it's time to push the button and take it to Town Hall 13.
Yeah.
It might be sooner than later. I mean, just to get by the 12 part. So
yeah,
12 is hard. What's your favorite army composition and why? I guess that would be at Town Hall 14.
Right now, Town Hall 14, I love my dragons. I mean, I love the super drags. Since the nerf, it's went downhill a little bit for me, so I switched back to regular drags with Dragon Riders.
Yeah.
And the Blizz. I love the Blizz. I mean, if I could Blizz the whole base, I'd do it.
Yeah, one of my favorite things about using drags is that it just trolls Carl.
Yeah, definitely hates dragons. Well, E-Drags. I don't know about regular drags, but he definitely hates E-Drags.
And if you could be any troop in the game, what would it be and why?
All right, troops. Is Hero considered a troop? Because I'd love to be a Barbarian King.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just smashes everything. I love it.
What skin would you have on if you were the Barbarian King then?
Probably the Ice King.
Like that one?
I really like the Ice King, the blue one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I don't know. I've been running that one for a while, and every once in a while I'll switch up, but I end up going right back to it.
I thought you were going to say Clockwork King or something.
No.
I see a new skin in the future for Supercell. It'll be the Ace skin. It'll be full Nomex suit.
Ooh.
Maybe a helmet as his weapon.
Yeah, he needs to carry a gun with him. That's all that matters. Just carry a gun.
Give us your thoughts on Clan Capital. Do you still enjoy it, and why or why not?
That one is a little. I do it just to help the clan. It's just like builder based to me. I mean, I've already maxed out builder based. I'll use it during clan games. So this is pretty much following the same thing every Friday, or on the weekend I'll jump in, do my 6 attacks, get as much as I can, upgrade whatever. But it's not my thing. It really isn't. I mean, I've run up over 1.1 million in capital gold already, and as everybody knows, it's just that was because of a bet. But
Mm-hmm.
I really don't care about it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people feel like, it's fun on a certain level, but it's not the main village, and that's why we're all here, right? So
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, they put a lot of dev effort in for us to spend 20 minutes on it in a weekend, like once a week. Woof. Woof.
yeah, that is a lot of resources invested in this for sure.
And it's going to be crazy once all of us get the chance to go to 15. Nobody's going to be burning resources to be building capital gold again. So I think a lot of clans will stop where they are when the big accounts go to 15.
Yeah, for sure. But Ace, if you could ask Supercell to do one thing in the game right now, what would it be and why?
One.
You only get one
as you
thing.
want.
Yeah, if you have more than one.
Yeah, I definitely have more than one, but I think we need to give the pets a little bit more. I mean, honestly, they do play a big part in the game now, and
Yeah.
I think they should give them a little bit more. And the other thing would be nerf the scatter shots.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I love them on my defense, but I think they're a little too powerful. I really do.
So what do you want to see done to the pets?
Give them a little more hit points. I mean, they seem to die pretty quick. The only one that really lasts is the what is it, the yak or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only one that really holds up.
Yeah, I usually find the owl is sort of left up at the end out of all of them.
Most of the time, the owl is behind the warden, unless he gets spun around just a little bit. But usually, your warden will drop before the owl, because he's drawing most of the heat. But like the yak, it'll jump right out there first. So, I mean, it holds up good, but like the unicorn for the queen. I think it needs a little bit more. I love pets. I think they need a little more.
Yeah, I agree. The unicorn tends to just kind of wander across the base once the queen dies and just walk in front of anything that can shoot at it, and then it's dead too. So maybe make them a little bit smarter.
Right. Yeah.
How would you feel if the pets would not transfer to a different hero, but then once that hero was down, the pet was out too. So then the pets would become immortal, essentially.
Right. Well,
Would that work for you?
probably not.
So you kind of talked about this a little bit. You hate scattershot. So is that your most hated defense in the game?
It is not. The tornado trap. I really hate it because
Oh,
I use
yeah.
air and it kills me.
Yeah. What's your most liked defense then?
At Town Hall 14, I'd have to say it's my Town Hall.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I really do.
Yeah.
It's saved me on a lot of defenses.
What is your greatest achievement in Clash?
Maxing out.
Yeah, beside appearing with us.
Yeah, well, are you talking game or the whole in general? But yeah,
It could be anything.
honestly, maxing out. I mean, that was I went all the way through all these town halls, and I never maxed out until I hit 13. And once I hit 13, I said it'll never happen again. So when 14 come out, I maxed it completely in 2 months.
Wow.
Wow.
That's amazing. That is an achievement.
So when 15 comes out, I'm gonna try to do it quicker. I mean, it has nothing to do with being at the top on the war map or anything like that. It's just I hate waiting for stuff. It's just it bothers me.
So do you have an accumulation of books and potions and hammers like Carl does?
I was just going to ask that.
Now, I think we just went over this last night. I think I have 28 books of heroes. I've got 10 or 11 books of it. Yeah, I've got quite a little build up. Not as much as Carl, I don't think, but I'm definitely ready. I mean, and whatever it takes after that, it's gonna happen. I mean, it doesn't matter to me. So
yeah. What's your most embarrassing moment in Clash?
oh, other than 1-star and in war, I really don't have one. Believe it or not, I just I try to stay straight when I play the game, and I try not to 1-star. I mean, this last CWL, I 1-starred and I didn't sleep for 2 nights.
Oh, really?
It bothered me that bad. I do not like the 1-star. Legends attacks, I don't care. Friendly wars, whatever. But during CWL, I hate to 1-star.
Interesting. What is your favorite? Do you have a favorite hobby or activity outside of Clash? Some people don't have any hobbies or activities outside of Clash.
Well, one of my hobbies and activity. Well, I raced for a long time. We run some of your NASCAR tracks: Daytona, Talladega, Bristol, Martinsville. Done that for a few years. Went to short track. Started doing that for 12 or 13 years. Still piddle in it, some. But I got into buying guns, and I guess that's one of my best hobbies. I mean, it's I enjoy it a lot. I have quite a collection, and I know the Canadians don't get to enjoy that part of life, but I'll buy enough for all of us. How's that?
Yeah, you can have our share.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go into a fun question. Name your favorite Muppet and tell us why it's your favorite.
No, honestly, I really had to look at this because I really didn't watch the Muppets. Big Bird. My son kind of got hooked on him. I think he's cool, but it's a big yellow bird. What can you not like about it? So,
which Muppet would make a good troop in the game?
Big Bird would be cool as a new troop. I mean, honestly, maybe he could turn around and shoot an egg out or something. I don't know. It's like a bomb egg.
A bomb egg.
Yeah, but he could also teach values and morals to the the villagers and the defenses, and lull them into a false sense of security.
Yeah, that would work.
Have you ever been approached by anyone in public? So you're sitting there playing Clash, doing your war attacks. Did anybody ever come up to you and ask you about it? Or?
Honestly, I was at a racetrack in South Boston, Virginia, and when we're all sitting around before the race, guys that walk around that everybody's, hollers. And so I'm sitting in the holler, and this guy come in. We've been racing against him for years. And, I'm sitting there on my phone playing Clash. And he's like, "What, you playing Clash Clans?" I'm like, I turned around and looked at him. I'm like, "Yeah." He said, "Cool, man." He said, "What are you, town? What town hall are you?" And I told him, I think I was early 13 then. And he pulls out his phone. He pulls, he's a max 13. I'm like, what the? So we get to talking. He's got this whole clan, and they're a bunch of the race car drivers at the racetrack.
Oh, neat.
So we got together. I actually spent a little bit of time in his clan, but yeah, that was a pretty cool moment. I mean, you think it's just a game. A lot of people look at it and laugh at you, but a lot of people don't understand how many people actually play this game and the ages. I mean, he's early 30s. Everybody else was 25 to 40. And there was probably 20 of them at the racetrack that played at that time. I was like, it was pretty neat. But that's about the only time I've ever actually run into anybody that has really asked about it.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. Ace, you had an idea about stagnant clans that you shared with Kat. I wonder if you'd share it with everyone else now.
Yeah, this one right here sticks pretty hard with me. Spending almost 9 years in the Majorian family. Great group of people. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're great people. You have MB over there that runs everything pretty much,
Mhm.
and sweetest woman in the world. Me myself, I get into it for meeting people, enjoying the game, learning new attacks, having fun, just doing different things. But when you're stuck, I'm not saying stuck, but when you're in one clan for that long, it's it does kind of just bring you down. I've thought about putting the game down several times because of it, but and then I got in my head, I'm like, I love these people. I mean, they're like family to me, but I need to get out. I need to meet new people, try
Mhm.
different things, and get into the events that CFF was having. Like the birthday war we just had for Red Thorn, that was awesome. The alt war we just had. I mean, I try to get in every event that we possibly have. I mean, I'm in the draft war coming up. It's just there's not a lot of promotion. That they don't promote a lot of movement. They kind of stick to themselves, their own plans. But everybody has their own. I'm not putting them down by no means. Like I said, I love everybody over there, but there's so much more out there for Clash, and I just don't. What I'd like to tell everybody that's scared to do it, don't be scared. Get out and move around. You can always go back.
Well, the nice thing about the events in the CFF and C2J and other places is you get out and you meet people and you interact, and it sort of keeps the game alive, because we're all sitting here waiting for Town Hall 15, right? A lot of us have max accounts, and you talk to people that are sort of losing interest in the game because they're in their home clan and they don't partake in any of these things. And so it's one way of sort of keeping the game exciting.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, I'm glad that I stepped out of my shell and actually started doing the events. And I wouldn't have met you and Peter and Fado and everybody else. Mag. I wouldn't have found C2J. C Note's my boy. So it's I'm glad I did. I mean, I miss the people over there. Especially MB. She was so sweet. But we have Mar that's still running around. Still get to talk to her. And then we have Lolly, of course. Love Lolly. She comes from Majorian. And when I found out she was in Red Thorn, it just brought a smile on my face to be able to talk to her again. So
Yeah, she's wonderful.
Ace, you mentioned a bunch of events that we're doing right now. Has there been an event that you would have liked to have seen happen? Is there something different that we could try?
I don't know, man. It's you all have it pretty covered. I mean, yeah, you come up with everything possible, and I love it. I mean, the alt war was awesome. I'm not gonna lie. I hate my mini, but it was fun. But it was good being around everybody. And with Carl streaming, that made it even better. So.
Mm-hmm.
I do find the mini wars tough. I've been taking some minis to the KGH Mini Mondays. When you're the lowest town hall on the map, you don't always get a great matchup, but I think it's still important to take them because somebody has to be at the bottom, right? That doesn't get the good matchup, just to get everybody else a turn. Yeah. Has there been an event that you like? What was your favorite type of event? Like you mentioned that you already the alt war and the birthday war. I mean, I love those ones too, where it's 50 Town Hall 14s running together. What's your favorite kind of event?
I mean, I like all the 14s, but I like a mix of town halls. I mean, the alt war was perfect. I mean, it actually helped us out toward the end where your 14s could dip down and clear the bottom.
Yeah.
If you're all 14s, that's not going to work out quite as well. So yeah, it kind of helps you out when you have a mix of town halls. But yeah, I really loved the alt war. That was a great event. I'm glad you done it.
Yeah. Kudos to CNOTE for coming up with that idea.
Yeah, yeah. So Ace, speaking of events, rewind quite a bit, and we had a lot of fun with the Coke versus Pepsi war. So what made you so passionate about that event?
Well, I don't know if y'all can hear this. I'm opening my cold Coke right now. And I just took a little swallow for C note. So I am a diehard Coke person. If I walk into a restaurant and I ask for a Coke and they say they have Pepsi, I say give me water. I will not drink a Pepsi. I hate it. Coke is just my choice, and when that war come up, it lit a fire. I'm not gonna lie, and C Note just had the gas to pour onto it. So
Yes.
I would love to have that again. I mean, that was fun. I mean, we burnt C2J server slam up. I think it shut down twice. It was great.
Like I through that war, I came to realize like I didn't know just how many, like if you do a Giphy search for either Pepsi or Coke, just how many GIFs are out there, and then how you can just use those against the other team. Because Ace, like you, I am Team Coke, and I don't know if this actually hurts my standing in the Coke community, but that Dream World flavor, Coke Zero right now, oh my God, I just want to buy every single one and store it because it's going to go away soon, and that's making me upset just
Wait a
thinking
minute.
about it.
There's a new flavor?
They do like I don't know, maybe down here in Merca, they're doing limited editions. So they did something called like Starlight, which stunk.
Yeah.
But they're doing this Dream World one now. It's like a baby blue or like a bright blue bottle. It's got a little bit of a different flavor, and this one I can't get enough of it.
And how many cases have you stockpiled now?
You can't buy them by the case. They're only selling like the bottles like you get in a gas station.
Oh boy.
So how many bottles have you bought?
I usually buy one a day, so 20 ounce a day.
So you're not stockpiling?
That's not my way. Like I want others to share the joy. Um, but enough about me. So I do want to kind of switch topics because a lot's going on in the Clash world, and the developers have kind of come to the fore because they're celebrating 10 years and they're getting ready for the World Championships, and we all know that Town Hall 15 is on the horizon. So with that, they've been putting out these videos, and I believe they interviewed a lot of the team, and Darian was behind a lot of the interviews, and even got interviewed himself. So I want to start with you, Ace. Did you catch any of the videos? Did they leave any impression on you? And it's perfectly fair if you said, "Nah, I was just in game trolling C Note."
Yeah, I was just trolling C Note. I mean, I really don't. I pay no attention to the developers. I tried not to get into all the YouTube stuff except for Mag. So I make sure I throw that out there that I did subscribe to Mag. So I don't really get into them. I really don't. I just I play the game. If I get updates, I get updates. If I don't, I don't sit around waiting for an update. Like everyone's wanting Town Hall 15. I'm not gonna research it and try to, what day is it coming out? To me, I don't care when it comes out. It's gonna be max. That's all that matters.
Yeah, I mean, I did watch them, and I thought it was interesting to see sort of like the corporate culture there behind the scenes at Supercell. It's a very different in a lot of ways that in terms of they have nap rooms and everything's kind of open and in the area, like everybody, there's not offices, there's no separation, so they all can sort of interact and work together. and their cafeteria is amazing. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Did you hear what was he eating? Like braised lamb or something? Like what the heck?
Yes. Yeah, and it looked like they had like chefs make, and there was like all this homemade bread and everything. I was just like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, I get peanut butter and jam, and they're getting braised lamb. Oh well.
So, when you think about what your takeaway from those videos were, so you talk about the culture that they have, some of the perks they have.
Mhm.
Um, they also, it's a bit about the environment they work in, but what about their actual end product? So I know on one of the videos they discussed going from a flare spell, a way to have your troops kind of get guided in a certain area of the base, whether it's defenses, what have you, and how that was the genesis of the invisibility spell. Did you have any takeaways on that? Like, I just found that really, really interesting. How a pretty successful thing they added to the game, like
Mhm.
wasn't even in the front of their minds when that whole thing started.
I thought that was amazing because we talked about a flare spell as one of the things we thought might come to Clash, right? Because that was in Boom Beach, right? You
Mhm.
drop the flare and all your troops drift towards that. Admittedly, with Boom Beach, you don't have nearly as many troops as you do in Clash of Clans, right? What are we up to? 320 now
Mhm.
at Channel 14. So that would be a whole lot of stuff moving towards one spot. Then they said, what if we did the opposite and nothing goes to that spot? That was just like, that's much less of an encumbrance, right? It's not the whole map moving towards one spot. It's one spot on the map that is a no-go. I thought it was really neat how they just kind of said, oh, what if we turn that around? That was neat.
Right. And the nice thing with the invis spell is like you can, if you're doing a queen charge and the queen's going to walk a certain way, you can drop the invis and sort of direct her into the base, hopefully. And it's got so many different uses, right? People use it in all kinds of different ways on their attacks. So I think it's been a really successful spell. So yeah, I'd like to see more videos like that. Sort of, I love seeing behind the scenes stuff and how they come up with these ideas.
Excellent, excellent. So we're just coming off a Clash-iversary. What did you guys think of that? Like, I know there was a lot of interesting stuff going on, right? They had a little bit of here's some stuff from the past, here's some attacks in older town halls and all that good stuff. What did you think about that? Did you enjoy that? Or have the challenges been fulfilling? Have they been easy for you, or you've been more like me and using the walkthroughs? What do you guys think? I'll start with you, Ace.
As far as the tenure, I think they did a poor job. I mean, they didn't really give us much. They tried a little bit. As far as the challenges, I didn't even know we had challenges, to be honest, until people started talking about them, because I never do any of the challenges. I mean, I'm maxed on everything. I don't need anything.
Mhm.
I tried the Golem challenge when they tried to make it to that maze.
Mm-hmm.
I tried it like 4 times and got like 87%, and I was like, okay, that's enough. I quit.
But as a max player, you don't necessarily need the rewards.
No, I mean, it doesn't do anything for me. I mean, I can't. It won't let me put anything else in my collection as far as books or anything like that, because I have so many already. So I mean, if we can step back to Supercell on that one question, allow us to stack books.
Mm-hmm.
Don't just stop us at 5. Let us keep getting what we can get.
And then how do you feel, Ace, about the Clash Fest scenery?
I got it. I mean, me and Kat went over it one night for, I don't know, Kat, 45 minutes looking at everything,
Yes.
finding different things, and she's over here looking at a dish for like a satellite dish type deal, and thinking it's a square box. So then
was
we
a
had to
cube.
give them. It wasn't a cube; it's a satellite dish. But you already lost that argument. So yeah, it's pretty neat. I mean, they threw a lot in there for you to kind of, people just took time and looked at everything. It's pretty cool.
Did they work a banana into it?
There is a banana balloon,
Yes.
I think, right at the bottom of the map.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So I mean, I haven't bought it yet, but it's one of those. It's like I'm probably gonna end up doing it. But what was interesting is you just said, and I find this really fascinating. You guys had a 45-minute like kind of review of it, just looking at it yourselves.
Mhm.
Probably just talking on Discord, but the artist video during that series is only like 2 minutes long, and man, if you look at the stuff, like the sceneries have kind of become like faux 3D now, where if you move certain places, the things in the foreground move a little quicker than the background, things like that.
Mhm.
Uh, that dude's putting in some really nice work. So big shout out to him. Can't remember what his name was, but the artist guy, and it was like he only got like 2 minutes out of them. That was a little disappointed. I wanted to hear more.
Now the one before this one that has all the town halls,
Oh yeah.
Oh,
that
was
one I think
epic.
was the by far the best one so far.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really like that one.
They didn't give the witch any love on it at all, but other than that, everything else is great on it. I mean, it kind of brings back memories of going through each one of those town halls. So yeah, I really like that one.
Yeah. Yeah, some of them, the sceneries are amazing, and some are kind of like me, so. I know Carl likes some of the ones with the green, uh, I guess, map, because he can see the tiles really easy, so he can count his tiles. But
Yeah, there was that one about 6 months ago where it was almost like pay to win. That just made all the buildings look. It made it really hard to identify buildings. It was like a grayish, dark one.
oh, the shadow scenery, that's my favorite.
Oh, yeah, I like that one.
It's the only one I've ever bought.
All right, I'll sit alone on this one, I guess.
Go back to your corner, Phil.
Well, as an attacker, I hate it.
Yes.
Absolutely hate it.
It is harder. Yeah, when you're attacking and someone has that, you kind of like, oh, but that makes it more fun, more challenging, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, Ace, did you buy the September Gold Pass? And if you did, what do you think of the Clash Fest King skin?
Yes, ma'am. Even though I'm maxed, I do buy the gold pass every month, just for donations only.
Yeah. What do you think of the King skin?
The king, I think we had this talk the other night. He kind of looks like Caesar. I don't really like him. I mean, he's I don't know. He's too girlish looking. I don't really like him. I mean, I've already got him, but I don't really care to use him.
Yeah.
In a game full of cartoon characters, he looks too cartoony. Like he's historically been, what's his name? The Barbarian King, right? He's
Right.
supposed to be a brute. And this is kind of just comical, whimsical king. He kind of looks like the happiest Hulk Hogan with good hair, long, like real hair. But it's like, all right, like I'm maybe there have to be Clash Fest Queen and RC and Warden coming then, right?
Yeah, I would imagine so. Although I have seen a leak from the Clash of Clans leaks on the next Warden skin. They're going to have a champion Warden skin coming up. So
He looks tough. That one looks good.
yeah, that one looks pretty good. The ones that you have to actually pay money for, besides your $6.99 or whatever it is for the Gold Pass, are usually a little bit of a step up, it seems. So let's talk about Town Hall 15, Ace. What are your thoughts? When do you think it'll drop?
I don't know. I mean, October, November, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, when it drops, it drops. I mean, I'm gonna keep having fun with what we have, and I mean, I hope it's soon. I mean, it gives you something to do, but
Mm-hmm.
I mean, either way, I mean, right now I'm enjoying the game at 14 and having a lot of fun. So,
Do you have a wish list for Town Hall 15? Like, if you could have anything at all, what would it be?
how about a not wish list? I hope. I wish they do not add another scatter. By no means.
Oh,
Maybe that'll be the town hall special weapon, like the five-way scatter.
Oh God.
Yeah, I won't upgrade. I'll just stay where I'm at, I guess. But man, I'm telling you, the scatter. It's just that thing bothers me a lot, especially when I'm attacking. But it's there's a lot of things I wish they would add. More options for, you get that one mortar that you can make a triple mortar.
Mhm.
Allow us to do all the mortars. You know, let us do. Let that be part of 15. Let's make things bigger. I'm sure there's going to be 5 more levels of heroes, of course. You know, I'm praying there's not more up walls, but that's going to happen.
Think they're going to add a pet or just more levels?
I don't think they're going to add another pet unless they add a hero, and I don't see that happening. I think they'll do 5 or 10 on the pets this time around because they've been neglected.
Mhm.
We got to go to 10, I think, is where we're at, or
Yep.
I don't even remember where my pets are at. But let them come up to 20. Let's do 10 levels of pets, 5 levels of heroes.
Wow. Yeah, I think that would work. Do you think they should introduce emotes like in game? I don't know if any of you play Clash Royale, but they have these custom emotes that you can either buy or whatever win, and so you can kind of taunt your opponents when you're attacking.
That would be fun. I mean, I did play Clash Royale for a while. I mean, I was maxed out on it also, and then I don't even know where they're at now. That's been probably 8 or 9 months ago when I quit playing that. But yeah, that would be fun, especially whenever I was doing like friendly challenges with Darth Yoda.
Oh yeah,
That would be a lot of fun.
it would be fun. Like if you're doing FCs to be able to do something like that.
Yeah, that would be great.
I don't know, man. I don't know, Kat. Like, I'm of two minds on that because seriously, like, I am the most tauntable person, and it would, in a way. But on the other hand, like, no one is a harsher critic of me than me. So it's kind of like it'd just be like piling on, right?
iPads would be thrown.
I've never thrown. I've spammed everything to walk away, but I've never thrown.
So what do you think they can do for the next town hall in terms of trapping it? We talked a little bit about, Beto's idea about putting a scatter shot on top of it, but
No, it's not my idea.
maybe a town hall maybe releases a troop when you attack it to defend it. Like, what are your ideas?
Cat, no. No more. There's already enough skelly traps around this town hall. We don't need something else popping out.
You wonder if the concepts that they're introducing in Clan Capital are going to come to the main game, though. Like it all started in Builder Base with that guard post, right?
Mhm.
Where you don't request defensive CC. So who knows? Maybe the builder huts will come with a giant or something in the future. I mean, again, that's all nightmare stuff. Like for those of us that struggle at 14, I'm one of them. Like, and they're gonna make it's just gonna get worse, in my opinion. Every town hall, as an attacker, it gets more complex, and it
Mhm.
separates the wheat from the chaff. And I don't even know if I'm wheat or chaff. What's below both of those?
Doc.
Time for some fun stuff now, Beto.
Yes, sir. All right, Ace. You seem to like cars. So, how did that all get started with you? And tell us about the status of your garage right now. What kind of stuff do you have? What do you like to drive most? Or a different way to think of that is, do you have cars for different purposes? And tell us about your purposes and favorite for each.
Let's see. I was 13. My brother was into drag racing, which I don't know if there's not a lot of people that really deal with drag racing. It's just something that's real quick, 6, 7 seconds, you're done. And that's it. I found a real deep love for it, got into it, stayed with it for a while, and then realized that it was going nowhere. Started doing round track. And in NASCAR, you kind of run across certain people that have certain vehicles. The more vehicles you see, the more you like to have. And it turned into quite a lot. I've had way too many vehicles in my lifetime.
This is starting to sound like cat and sceneries. But go ahead, Ace.
Yeah, right. No, I mean, honestly, out of all the vehicles I have, I love my F-150. I mean, I drive it every day. I love driving my truck. We just picked up a Honda Odyssey, which my wife loves to drive it. I still have a 2000 Ford Expedition that I had completely redone for my son. It was actually my wife's first vehicle that she actually bought herself because she was spoiled rotten, and people always bought her cars. So she bought that one herself, paid it off, and I had it completely redone for my son to drive, which I thought was pretty neat. We have a Hyundai Genesis, which everybody on Discord's already seen pictures of it. It's pretty red, slammed to the ground, very fast car. That's my wife's. She likes playing around too. All the other ones, we sold a lot here lately. Just trying to clear out. My wife with the '97 Viper, that's gone. The Viper truck is gone. The '63 Corvette is still in the shop.
I was just going to ask you, like, do you like collecting them and driving them, or do you? I mean, in addition to that, do you get into the mechanic angle of it and like working on them as well?
I've worked on every car I've owned.
Nice.
Every car. The new stuff with the fuel injections, not too bad. I will not buy an electric car. So if they ever make us do that, I'll just be walking or riding a bike. I've got to have noise when I'm in a car. I love being hands on. I mean, I guess that comes from drag racing and being in circle track, but it's just it gives you a better feeling of what you're doing. You're actually a part of it. Something I learned. My brother taught me as I was coming up. He's a great mechanic. My dad taught me, but like the cars today, you go buy a brand new 2023 Corvette right now, and it might take me a little bit of time, but I can figure it out. Everything's computer now. You just plug in and play. You can tune a car, give it more horsepower, do whatever you want to. It's not like back in the day where you actually had to rebuild the motor to get more horsepower. So, like my wife's car, we put it on a computer, laptop, dialed it in a little bit more. The car only weighs 2,600 pounds and it's 565 horsepower. So, power to weight ratio, I mean, it's a fast car, but like I said, my truck it's got big, fat, nasty 67 millimeter turbos on it. It's a V6, got twin turbos, but I drive it every day. But when I want to pull out in front of someone, I don't have to worry about it.
Oh, nice.
So yeah,
So,
that's a rundown of my cars. I mean, I hate I had to get rid of a few of them, but you got to make room for other ones to come in.
so what's your top 5 cars or trucks? Like your dream top 5?
Well, the dream car is sitting at the shop. It's a 69.5 Daytona, 426 Hemi. It's got 2.4s, 4-speed. It's just like what Richard Petty and them drove at Daytona back in the '60s. Mm-hmm. All I have to do is change tires and pull right on the racetrack with it. That's number one on my list. Other than that, I've had every car. Other than I really want a new Corvette. We've been shopping, we've been looking. I started looking further back in the 17, 18 range. And they look good, beautiful cars. I just want a mid-engine. I mean, for some reason, I don't really like them, but I want one.
They have really stepped it up with that technology, haven't they? That C8 is ridiculous. So much energy.
That car, you can do a little bit of work, and you're over 800 horsepower easy.
Yeah,
and
that motor is silly.
Right now, my wife's just looking at colors. That's all the holdup is colors.
And is she going to go black or is she going to go red? Is she going to go silver? What are you thinking? What is she leaning towards?
It's funny that you done those 3 colors because I have my truck's black, her car's red, and the Expedition is silver.
Silver.
Yeah. So my favorite colors are black and yellow.
Oh, that Corvette in yellow is sick.
Yeah, if you could do yellow with the polished wheels, or maybe even black, tint the windows out, put a good exhaust on it, and it'll be good to go. I mean, you wouldn't have to do nothing else. So I don't know. It's just it's a waiting game right now. See what she wants to do, but my wife makes all the decisions. I'm not gonna lie, except for Clash.
No, you can't buy that scenery.
No, she would never tell me that. Clash is. I mean, she understands. I mean, I was telling Kat last night. I'm like, hey, I was telling my wife about the podcast, and she went and bought me a headset.
Wow.
She's like, here, that way you don't nothing will bother you. I'm like, okay, cool. And she'll sit here. I'll have her on speaker with Kat and
Mhm.
Stormy, whoever we're on with and chat, and she's listening to everybody. And every once in a while, she'll answer some of the questions and talk crap with everybody else. But I mean, dude, I couldn't do life without her. She's a good woman.
Has she tried Clash of Clans?
She did. It lasted about 30 minutes, and that was it.
Ooh, that's about 15 minutes longer than my wife. That's pretty good.
You could have
Yeah.
knocked out some clan capital raids then, right?
Right.
Right.
All right. So I guess if you have, I don't know if you've named 5 because I can't follow long conversations. It's
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I didn't name 5. There's no way I could name 5. I mean, honestly. I mean, the only thing I'm really wanting right now is that vet. The Daytona's number 1. I'd say the vet would be number 2. I don't know. Give me an F650 4-door. I like big trucks, so let's do that one.
650.
Yeah, the big one.
Isn't that the Canyon Arrow? Sorry, any Simpsons fans will catch that one. So,
but no, just I mean, I love all cars. I mean, I really can't say I have a certain top 5. I got a top 2 easy, but top 5's just whatever I run across and I like. That's it. I mean, that's how it is.
all right. So for me, I would love like a conversion van that was made out like the Dumb and Dumber Mutts cuts. So that would be my number 5. Number 4 is an 82 Trans Am that would talk to me as if I were David Hasselhoff.
Oh,
so that would be Kit. Number
Kit.
3, a 79 Ford LTD Country Squire. So it's a Woody station wagon that falls apart as you drive across the country to Wally World.
Yep.
Yep. So, but it's great for hauling dead relatives in the luggage space. So number 2, a 64 Continental with Jolly Roger painted on it. It disrupts a lot of parades, a la Animal House, the Deathmobile.
Wow.
Number 1, the 74 Dodge Monaco, former city of Chicago police car. Mount a large speaker in it to promote your concert, the Bluesmobile, baby. That's my top 5.
Nice.
Now, are we doing cars or movies?
Those are all cars. All right.
Okay, what do you got?
Peter.
What do you got?
Oh no, I want Peter first.
Okay, I would love like a 60 Corvette, Shelby Cobra, one of those big engine 428 Superjets in that little wee car. That'd be so much fun. I also have a 2022 C8 Corvette on my list of 5, just not really in my future. But that is some technology. I'm a Ford guy from a long time, and that motor made me a Chevy believer. So,
Nice.
what else have I got here? Oh, like a 2005 Ford GT, that supercar they rebuilt, a model after the GT40. When it had the big old V8 in it, that was something. I really love that car. And keeping with the Ford line, a new Raptor would be lovely to have for hauling around. And last but not least, good old James Bond's Aston Martin DB7. I think that's the classiest sports car going.
Peter, shaken, not stirred.
Man, that's a good top 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
good take.
mine wasn't.
Yours were awesome.
You're so awesome, Peter. Okay, mine's kind of random. Number 5 for me was a Mini Cooper because I think they're so cute. And, number 4 is a 1965 Shelby GT350. I thought it's a pretty cool looking. Number 3 is a 1955 Thunderbird in turquoise.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, sexy. You pull up to the drive-in in that, huh?
Exactly. Number 2 for me would be like a 57 Chevy. And number 1 for me is a 74 Challenger.
Oh, yes.
Kat's going after a man's heart with all that.
Yeah, but also I think her 80th birthday must be coming. Sorry, I'm gonna get benched.
You are so benched.
No, that's really cool.
Yeah, those are all good choices. And we're down to shout-outs now. Ace, do you have any shout-outs?
Oh, shout outs. Let's go with Kat and C Note for the Alt War. That was great. Really enjoyed
Yes.
You're welcome.
it. Carl for the streaming.
Hmm.
Knob and Yoda. I keep wanting to call him Darth Vader for some reason. Darth Yoda for making it funny for the past couple of days. I kind of needed it. A little cutting up with Discord.
Mhm.
And Kat, Peter, and Fado for having me on. I mean, I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Ace.
Pleasure.
Oh, you stole one of my shout outs. I was going to shout you out, Ace. Thank you very much for giving us an hour of your time. I also want to shout out Mag for the work he's doing on YouTube while juggling an extremely busy real life schedule. So thanks for that, buddy. And shout out to the people who are always on Discord voice and are just there. They don't expect you to be there. They don't get mad if you don't show up. They're just there to rap with, all the time. Kat, Stormy, Magnus, Ace, the list goes on. So thank you guys.
Peter, how about you?
I'm going to shout out Julesy. She has returned to Clash, joined us in the rated. I think she has a small infatuation with one of my account names, Clap at a Tree. She claims to also have clapped at trees, so there's a story behind that. I haven't quite got it out, but welcome back to Clash. I'm glad you're back, making life funny and interesting in the rated.
Well, yeah, the rated is very friendly to arborists.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I see. So as long as we're clapping at the trees, it's cool.
Very much so.
And I also need to shout out Ink. I've been bouncing golf club ideas off him. I'm sure I'm driving him absolutely crazy, but the bug bit him early this spring, so he's got a lot of information to give to me. So thanks to Ink.
Awesome. I'm gonna shout out Ace for coming on the podcast. Thank you very much. And special shout out to C Note for coming up with the alt war idea and
Yes.
for always stepping up to participate in events. He's in everything, and with his billion accounts, he always fills in any gaps. And
He's the man.
super big shout out and big hugs to our friend Magnus. He's going through a tough time in real life right now, so we're sending him all our love and hope things get better for him soon.
Yes.
Shade outs. Ace, your time to shine.
Oh, do we have another hour?
Absolutely.
As long as you need.
Number one on the list is going to be PK.
Uh-oh.
We've been trying to get a friendly war, and for some reason he keeps dodging us. We're at what was it, Wolfpack? We've been trying to get in a friendly war between Wolfpack and C2J. Hopefully that'll happen soon if he'll man up. Honestly, I really don't have no shade. I love everybody other than PK. He needs to man up. Let's get this done.
Awesome. Peter, how about you?
Shade out to the golf course that dominates Peter's life. And all Town Hall 14 bases. Screw off.
And Peter?
Mine's a little of an anonymous one again. I have an aging workforce. I had one guy I knew was going to retire when he turned 65, but his birthday's in October. So last week, he arrived at work on Monday. We had the full day's work, and then Tuesday morning, no sign of that fellow. And then I got a call about 10:30 saying, "Yep, he was done. He was going to retire that day." So deal with it. Yeah, so it was a bit of a mad scramble this week for me. So shade out to you. Thanks a lot.
Keepers. My shade out are to Jew-Man and High the Luck for missing the alt war spin in spite of my gazillion tags from others. So, and thank you very much to Hero and C-Note for filling those gaps. Much appreciated. So, and thank you for listening. The CFF is a family of clans in games such as Clash of Clans, Clash Royale, and many of the other Supercell games. We love to provide content via podcasts and other media. You can visit the Clash Files Discord to apply to any of our clans or to support our pods and events. As always, please send us your comments, ideas, and questions on Twitter at RedthornCOC or join the Clash Files Discord at discord.gg/ClashFiles.